Okay, I am doing another video today on my artwork. Now, uh, where to start? I opened an Etsy shop just recently, so I'm going to be putting the link below. And it's just the beginning of the shop. There's going to be more items posted on there. That's the dog going near the tripod. Um, let's see where to start. I have a barn that I sell my work out of. It's called Mrs. Plum's Art Emporium. And I've had it for 7 years now. But the last 3 years, I've been doing a lot of art, but I haven't been selling anything because I was essentially closed during that pandemic. What has happened is I suddenly have found myself with a lot of items that have not sold. So, and they're not large items. I worked on a couple large pieces, but most of them are just kind of small. They're mostly collages. So I decided to do is start an Etsy shop and put my work up there, and people can download things. I'm currently not selling physical products, but that could change. I'm thinking maybe in the winter, after the summer comes and goes, I'll see what I have as far as physical products, and then I will put them on Etsy as well. Anyways, what I want to show you is what I've been working on over the last, well, all this stuff is very recent that I've been doing. Besides my analog work or painting or whatever I do, I've also been doing more with artificial intelligence over at Night Cafe, as well as learning to do digital art with my Procreate program that I have on my iPad. So a lot of this work that you'll be seeing is a mixture of everything. Like this one here is my Squircle Girl. And my Squircle Girl is made up of a face. She's a square circle. That's what I call it, Squircle Girl. And then fish. And then the body. The body is the Procreate part. It's the digital art. The face and the fish were done with the Derwent color blocks. So I was doing the fish and the face with color, with an analog, like physical material, and then I put it all together digitally. And this is one of the things I'm selling on my shop. So you have this is Harriet, and it's called the Harriet series. This is Harriet, and then we have. It also comes in purple. This is kind of. It doesn't look like, this is just a reject. Purple Harriet, and then we have a green Harriet. And then we have a neon Harriet. So these can all be purchased, the prints or the digital files can be purchased on Etsy. And they're sized for like a 6 by 20-inch or 24-inch, but you can make them any size you want. So in my printer, I just print it to the page, and then this can be mounted on anything, or you can go a lot longer if you want to take it to a print shop and get a nice long one. That actually is cool too. So as I did these, I show you. Let's see if I can show you. Here's this is the one I did. I've smoothed out the lines in her face. So this is Harriet, and when now this is with Derwent, and this is a copy, but you can see it's pretty modeled, the coloration, and I ended up smoothing it out when I was doing my digital. You can see how it's smoothed out digitally. So it's so cool that you can take something and you can do something else with it. And that's what I've been doing. These Squircle Girls are, I have 9 of them. They're different size. They're all the same size. There are different faces though. At first I was just going to mount them on a large painting, but then I broke them apart and I'm using them for actual art. The other thing I did to go with them is I did these fish. I did fish. And again, this is not the original, but let's see what I can show you about that. Now the fish themselves are not, I'm not offering a but I will. I'm going to put this up there. I will offer something like this on my Etsy shop. So this has been colored. These are not the original fish. The original fish I still have, but then I've taken them and digitally improved them, I think, and kind of deepened the colors. And this again was done with Derwent, and I had a like a prototype, and then I made them. They're all the same size, but all have different colorations. And I will put this up on Etsy. So you can, what you do is you copy these things and then you use them in your art. And I'm seeing you can use them as a standalone piece, like something like that. You can use it as a standalone piece where you just copy it and print it out, hang it up. Or you can cut anything out, cut out the face, so you have something like this, only not as modeled. Or you can cut out the fish or use the fish as one piece, or just maybe put this on your wall if you're so inclined to do that. So this is stuff I'm selling. So I'm selling digital art on Etsy. The link is below if you want to see it. This is one of my large, I took it, this may be the actual size of one, but they can be resized. And once you start working with a graphic program, something like Procreate, you can also change, how they look. Like you can get one of these things, you can have them going up and down, or have them all kind of like that. It's fun to do. So that is, if you go to my Etsy shop, you'll see what I have to offer in that area. And I'll put a link below. The other thing I'm offering at digital on my shop is the series of Klimt. Now, this is a picture of a woman that is using one of my paintings. I put it through AI, and I got something like this. And then I changed it digitally, with my program Procreate. There's a whole series of Klimt-inspired paintings where you'll find portraits, and this is another one that's it's a portrait, and then you'll also find backgrounds for each portrait. This isn't one of them, but you'll find the portraits with a corresponding background, and you can do anything with them. You can cut them up and make them bigger or smaller, and I'll show you some of the stuff that I've done already to make my own analog collages. So these, if you're interested in Klimt, if you like Klimt, you may want to go there and see what I have as far as digital art that you could download. And I have the portrait size with the backgrounds that you can mix and match to make a pretty collage. Now we're getting into more of my other things. Now, I did do a series of, I call this my, right now I'm calling it my Bistro series of paintings that can be purchased. This is an acrylic painting that can be purchased, and you can print it out and put it on a wall or something. I don't know. These are actually, I have sold prints over the years, and they're matted and, in a sleeve. This way, and they're like anywhere from, $10 to $20. But here you can buy one or buy a series of them for a lot less, and then just put them on the wall yourself or mount them however you like. So there's that. This is an AI piece that I did, and I also changed it through my Procreate program. So when you work with AI, it's artificial intelligence art. You put down keywords, you put down another picture, and I use my own paintings and pictures for source material, and then it comes out with something, and then that often has to be changed. Like this gentleman, the background was kind of torn more than it is. I put in the writing. I put in the writing in there. He only had one leg with one foot. I added a leg and a foot. So there's things you have to do to kind of make it look more presentable. I did this is one of my, it's available on Etsy, but I also used it for one of my covers for a short story called Barton Digby. So there's that. It's interesting. Here are just some of my fish. I will put some more of these if anyone's interested, and gives me the incentive to actually put something up there. Fish. If you're interested in fish, let me know, and I'll definitely get it up there sooner than later. I haven't put the fish up yet. I have put the Squircle Girls, but not the fish. There's fish on the Squircle Girls, but if you want some pages of fish, if you think you might want to download something like that, let me know, and I'll do that sooner than later, because right now I'm busy with other things. Now, this is another one that I did. It is called Candy Kusama. Kusama is the older lady who does she's Japanese, and she does a lot of polka dots and things, and she's been doing it for, I don't know, a very long time, because she's 94 right now. And this is not her, of course, because she's older, but it's my interpretation of little Candy. And the Candy comes from Kandinsky, and the background is sort of like a Kandinsky. It's AI generated, but the person is someone I drew and put her on the background with an umbrella. I thought it's kind of a cute motif thing. And there's a couple of these on my Etsy site that you may want to look at it. So again, these can be used for art. You could download this, print it up, and then cut it apart and use it for collaging. Or you could just download it and put it in a frame and give it, if it's a child's room or something, or I don't know, classroom, you might find it to have fun to have that. As I was looking through my papers, I came across this thing. I think this is gorgeous. I think that's why I saved it. Now, this is AI generated. This is not something I did. But if you were to use this for a collage, be beautiful for a collage. Now, I'm wondering if I can put something over it to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Here, I do have a little squircle head or a fish. Okay, let's do this fish. Look at this, I mean, what's not beautiful about that? Or you could do it in all kinds of ways, or So I just found that, and I wanted to remember to use that. Okay, so now where we're going to go into the real world here, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that you can do with digital downloads. This is a digital download. Now, this particular person, this particular figure, I did not use in my in the downloads. I don't have that. Again, if you want to download something like this, let me know, and I will put it up there. I'll put it up with this background, so you can play around with it. So if you're interested in the tall Asian woman with this same background, let me know, and I'll put a packet together, and it'll be like $3.99. And I was just playing around with this. I had forgotten about this, and see, you can. For me, I just love pattern on pattern. I just love how this stuff looks. Now, this is digital combined with analog. And I'm going to show you what the analog. Now, what I've been putting these pictures on is a board like this, and when I open the barn this summer, I'll have a lot of these to show you, to sell. And let's move this out of the way. So if there's any interest in something like this, I can put a packet together with these three items. I think I still have that in a digital format that you can cut up and put on stuff. It's so pretty. And so I've been doing these collages. I'm going to show you the collages I've actually been working on. Now, okay, this is taking taking digital stuff, taking AI stuff, and then downloading, getting the papers together, and then doing an actual analog picture. In other words, hand cut picture. This I didn't put together yet, but I will. This character is from one of the downloads that you'd see in the Klimt inspired art, and I'm not sure where I got the rest of the stuff. This is also Klimt inspired. I think it might be all Klimt inspired. So you put things together and you glue things, and then you just do whatever you think is pretty. So I thought this was really pretty. I had totally forgotten about this. It was buried away in my papers. It's not done, obviously. It's all falling apart here. But isn't that a pretty little thing? So I'll be finishing this up and offering it for sale. Then I did this one. Again, it's unfinished, as you can see by all this fluttery stuff. When I do a collage, I'm using these black boards, so that's automatically starting with a color, and then I just play with shapes and forms and color and put it on the board. And what I do is usually I just dab a little gel medium or any kind. You can use Mod Podge or even school glue, and I just tab a little on there to see how it generally looks, and then I'll go in and clean it up, and I'll put a fixative on it. This is unfinished. And then I have this one. This one is finished. No, well, I guess it's not finished. I need to clean it up a little bit. Here's I've used this character. This is one of my paintings. For one of my paintings, I've used this a lot. And then, I've used, again, it's on a black background. And then I've done some inking, like a Posca pens, is that what they call them? Posca or Tosca? Posca, I think. I use a lot of Posca. I did also a translucent yellow over everything. So I thought that was kind of nice. I'll be selling this again. I'm thinking they're going to be like $30 with shipping to mail out. And then there's this one. This is using my fish that I did. And just, taking pieces of paper and putting them out and putting them down. And it's whatever's pleasing to you. There's no right or wrong. Everyone is unique because we all have our unique sensibility. And then lastly, there's this one. Yeah. Now this one I have pieces of paper as well as I have some inking done here. And over here, so you can do all kinds of things with it. So I wanted to show you what I'm doing with my Etsy store, where I'm heading, the direction I'm going in. Let's see how this looks. See on the black background, it's very dramatic. Oh. Yeah. And as I said, if you go to my Etsy store, and look at the Klimt inspired, you can do all kinds of things with it, and put it on a white background like that. Like this is black background, you put it on a white background, or any color background, and see what you can do with it, how you can put it together. It's a nice project for kids, for school, for art classes. You can learn a lot about composition and color when you work with collage. I've really come to find it quite engaging. Quite engaging. And you don't have to know how to, everyone can do collage. And people think, oh, it's not. I mean, a lot of artists that are real artists, they don't think collage is really art, and I would argue with them that it is very much art. You can learn a lot about art by doing collage, a lot about color, a lot about composition. So that's what I have to say, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen to my video. If you want more of these videos, let me know, and I'll show you. I'll go into it some more. I'll leave you with my little Squircle girl. Let's see, this one, I guess. And thanks for watching, and have a great day.